So our home is now here. Let me explain your future to you. We will live among you. Wear your clothes. Walk your streets. We will disappear within your society. Your people will never know we are here. But they will save us nonetheless, as we use them to birth our salvation. Any attempt to find us, to remove us, to thwart us, by you or the coalition of planets, will result in the death of billions and a less pleasant form of life for the survivors. Either way, we will rebuild our race. Your very existence proves this is possible. In return, I offer a truce. We will not influence, affect, aid, or endanger Earth in any way, as long as we are undisturbed. You do not have a choice, and yet you must still make it.
Let's go.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Convos with your mom's favorite. I am he, I am him, I am indeed your mom's favorite, and we are back with another episode for you, the people. And today we have a very, very, very special guest joining us. He has not been on the pod in quite some time, but given today's subject matter, it is only right that we come back. We did a review at the end of the last season of this show, so it is only right, it is only fair that I bring my good fraternity brother Evans back to discuss the most latest season of Invincible. Evans, how are you?
Brother man, I am doing fantastic. How you doing, Mo?
I am doing good. I am good. I am preparing after this pod. I do have a 12-hour shift after this.
Oof, the
So,
the working man.
yeah, so I'm excited for that. Not really, but we will push through. But I'm good, and we're here to talk about some things. Like as you heard at the beginning of the clip, we are here to discuss Invincible. This is, I believe, season 4 that ended. Correct? Season
Yeah,
4
season
that
4.
has just recently ended, and I will just start off by saying I thought this show has and is continuing to be one of the best animated shows in recent years.
No, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I think the one of the biggest and strongest points about the show that I really do like is with the storyline. You can tell with each season, it's almost like a different tone. I
Yeah.
know, like with season 3, they got very much into like, okay, the morality of should I kill, can I kill? This season was very rooted in like, mental trauma and like the toll that it takes on people who engage in these superhero activities and how it makes them feel. And it was really great to watch that.
I agree. 100%. And it was good to see Mark go back to the OG suit and with the the black, blue, and the yellow. I liked the blue and the black, but it just felt like you saw. I like how the suit kind of represents where he was mentally,
Mm-hmm.
and just the guilt of it all and everything that he had to do or he thought he had to do, and just the balance of being a superhero and a boyfriend and just saving the world and dealing with your father's drama and all of the issues that man left behind.
Indeed.
There's a lot of they put a lot of real world stuff into a superhero TV show, but
And
I think they did it a really beautiful way.
I agree. I mean, I think the big thing about it is we almost kind of forget like you when you watch cartoons as a kid and we watch cartoons growing up, all our superheroes were these, perfect ideal, they had with this perfect ideology like Superman and Captain America, these, Boy Scouts who'd always do the right thing, who are always smiling, always happy. But I think the good thing about Invincible is Invincible places superheroes more in like a place of like basically like superpowered cops. where you
Yeah,
make decisions in a split second, and then you have to deal with these things. You have to do what you believe is right, and then sometimes you have to make, the hard call. And we saw a lot of that with Mark and his journey this year.
absolutely. And I think that's I think one of the better things about today's cartoons is that they've kind of grown with us. And that, when we were watching, like you said, when we were watching Superman and Batman, he was just perfect. And, he always made the right decision. He, there was never any flaws. He always, knew the best maneuvers. But as you grow up and the shows now and we learn more and just live life, you kind of realize it's not always that easy to make the right decision. It's not always that easy to come up with all of the answers. Sometimes you make a decision that you feel is right, but that one, someone else might think is wrong, or two, might actually be the wrong decision. And so it's nice to see that on the, in the cartoons that we watch now, that superheroes, though they are super, they still struggle. They still, have the same issues and effects and problems as, just the everyday man and all of life. And I like the fact that, again, who's paying for all of this?
Yeah, the people. The people is definitely getting to having to pay for it. And then another thing that I like to think about is the overall character development and the
Mm-hmm.
growth of Mark and the maturity of Mark is something to really astonish at, because he comes in very green, super excited, rushing into battle.
Yep.
He's excited to be a superhero. And then, like you see in like seasons 2 and 3, okay, it's starting to weigh on him a little bit. He's having other frustrations, and now he's dealing with the morale of killing people. And then in this one, he he has full blown PTSD from some experiences,
For
which I'll
real.
let you get into.
Yeah, and we could honestly keep going right into that because you're 100% right. And one, these experiences that the full PTSD it's understandable, because if I had to witness Thrag and witness all that he was able to do in such a short amount of time, I think I too would have an issue, because you think up until this point, Mark has not had to deal with much that was stronger than him, other than other Viltrumites. And even at this point in season 4, he's able to hold his own against Viltrumites. And then you meet Thrag, and you understand and you realize, one, I saw online, there was like, he received a lot of hate in the beginning.
Crazy hate.
Like ridiculous hate. I was never one of those people, because and they were talking about how he sounds. I know that I can't think of his name right now, but I know the voice actor because he played King of the Elves in the Hobbit series.
Okay.
And if you watch that series, yeah, his voice may not sound, menacing at all, which obviously, if you listen to that clip that I just played in the beginning, it does.
It's Lee Pace, by the way,
Lee Pace, thank you.
Yes.
But in that, he was just everything I've ever seen him in. He's never been one to be trifled with.
So my whole thing is, I like how, I want to say it's kind of reminiscent of Thanos. I don't think he has as many quotable bars as Thanos did, because when Thanos speaks, Thanos is speaking the poetry of life.
Yes.
But Thrag speaks violence in the calmest way possible. And there was a lot of like, oh, he's fraudulent accusations in these internet streets about like, oh, he just sends other people to do things for him. But when he finally got active, brother, I sat really attached and gripped in my seat watching him move and being like, "Oh, he's a problem." That the straight shot punch that Mark gave him in space, where he just dead tanked it and it showed you like the red devil face, was the scariest. Like, me and my girlfriend were watching at the time, and we paused and really were like, "Yo, this is different. This is other level types of strength."
Absolutely, because that was one of the best animated scenes I've ever seen.
Mm.
Because it is one of those blink and you miss it moments but just the way to just show just how much, like you said, how much of a menace, how much of a problem dude was. Because for you to say, one, he never let Oliver tried to attack him first.
Mhm.
He never let Oliver touch him. Mark said, I killed Conquest and I'll kill you too. He knew what a problem Conquest was and said, oh, you killed him? Show me what you got.
He said, "Yeah, show me."
Show
And
me.
and the thing, go ahead.
I'm just like, one, I will never be cocky when I go to fight somebody and I'm bragging on myself. If their reply to me bragging on myself is show me, I'm gonna dial it back a little bit.
Oh, that's -5 strength right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna dial it back a little bit because it's something not right about you.
Mm.
And we quickly found out just how different and not right that man was.
No, it's a different level of strength because if you think about it, in all of Thrag's interactions with everybody, you notice like he's not one of those people who speaks like with a crazy amount of rage and tone in his voice. His tone is even keel the entire time. Like when he uppercutted Nolan into like super space, this man says that the death of any Viltrumite pains me. And he said it so calm and nonchalant, and then used his leverage in which to send this man to break the atmosphere. It was up.
Like, how do you, it's disrespect. You can't, like, as a man, what you can't do is punch me from outer space into a planet, follow me to said planet, and then punch me back into space. Sir,
After having a conversation with me and telling me about what I'm doing wrong.
You can't do that because, sir, at the end of the day, I am a man. And you can't do that to me. But if you're Thrag, you absolutely can because you have the power.
I agree. At some point, we need to make a new verbiage for when someone gets just beat wholeheartedly and there was nothing that you could do. Like, yo, you got thragged. Oh, he thragged him.
He thragged him.
If you look at Nolan, the funniest part about it to me when they were scrapping is Mark goes, "Dad, how do we beat him?" And Nolan just looks over with this look of pure defeat of like, "What? Help me. I don't know." I was like, your guess is as good as mine. And then once he runs through Nolan, Mark sees this and isn't normally Mark's reaction would be, "Dad, oh my God, I have to help. I have to charge in, stop this guy." Pure rage. Because Mark has some underrated quotes when he's fighting Conquest, and that shouldn't be, undersold. But his only instinct was self-preservation. Immediate.
Yes,
I need to get out of here. And if you freeze frame on his face when he's flying away, that's not, I need to be heroic. That's not, I need to help my dad. That is, I am in danger.
Yes,
that is
fear. And you don't often see that on Mark's face because he has always felt invincible as the show, as the show title calls. And I'm like, at first, this whole season, I'm like, Mark, for someone who is invincible, you got your ass handed to you a lot this season.
Yeah.
Like a lot, a whole lot. But then I was like, so, you got to change your name. But what works in his favor is, yes, he has gotten his behind handed to him multiple times in this show. But the simple fact that he all right, just give me a beat and I'll be back. And his willingness to keep going. I'm like, okay, that is definitely the definition of being invincible. Like, that is how that goes. That is how that works. So I can't be mad at you, Mark. Like, one, I like you too much as a character to be mad at you for, like, the reason I'm tired of seeing you get your behind whooped repeatedly is because of how much I like you as a character.
100%. And because of that, that's what kind of like, I think that's what led not only all those crazy traumatic events that he saw, that's what kind of leads ultimately to the ending and how he gets there, and he ultimately makes the decision of, hey, spoiler alert, of course, but y'all got it. There's clearly nothing I can do in this situation.
Right.
I've looked at every scenario. I can try and fight you. I can try and fight you off, and I can try and stop you. I've literally punched you dead in the face several times, and you don't even flinch. Like, it's more like, hey, but I guess, like, if you're gonna keep being a little nerd about it, then we gonna have to get into it. You know what I mean? Like he said, if you're gonna act out, then we might have to do something here. It's really like Thrag has the fear that only can be described as like when you got a mean ass parent,
Yes.
and you know that whooping is coming because you
Hmm.
messed up, and there's nothing you can do. You're just completely overpowered, man.
Yeah, and you gotta just, you gotta just suck it up. You gotta just deal with it. You're like, you know what? It's gonna happen. Whether like, and at least he's like, at least this way, billions of people don't have to die in order for this to become a thing. So, fine. I'll, sure. And you just gotta go back and regroup. And let me get this dude's name. My man with the gun that shoots planets.
Oh, Space Rider.
Space Rider, because I have questions.
Mm.
Because one, whoever created that gun, you sir, you madam, one, thank you from all of the Viltrumites, all on behalf of the coalition of planets, we thank you. But you also need to be locked up because why did you make that in the first place?
Matter of fact, Space Racer. It is Space Racer. I don't know why Riders fit, but Space Racer, yeah. But
Yeah.
nah, whoever made that gun, can you make a second?
Like, please?
That's the only thing I've seen put Viltrumites down in one shot.
That's it. Like, because even when Mark thought he killed Conquest the first time,
Mm.
only for why am I drawing a blank at everybody's name?
Cecil.
Cecil, thank you. Only for Cecil to decide, you know what? I'm gonna keep him locked up. And after I finish my point, we need to get to Cecil and his continued bad decision making. Because we gonna get there. But after, it's the only thing, that gun is the only thing that has consistently said what Viltrumite
Hmm.
when it is fired at anyone.
Mm.
Because it's like the gun, and you just wonder how many other planets are no longer here. Because again, you fire the gun, it has no end unless it doesn't stop. They've said it multiple times that once you fire that gun, it doesn't stop. Unless you are 100% sure that the direction you're shooting that gun is not aimed at any planet in any solar system ever.
Mm.
How many planets or moons are now no longer here because some scientist decided I wanted to make the most powerful gun in the galaxy and no one could stop me?
And another question that I have is, how the hell did Nolan beat him the first time to figure out, hey, that gun is different?
Right.
This man
Like,
said, I'm gonna bury him under this rubble, and that's why I left him. So I'm assuming he dead though.
but and then you just left it, but why leave the gun?
I don't ask questions. I just be like, hey man,
But
that gun is
it's for it's for storyline purposes.
100%.
But to a continued problem,
Mm.
that is Cecil.
Mm.
Because you couldn't stop the Viltrumite and the half Viltrumite on your planet. What makes you think that you can keep one contained? And that
it's such
putting
a-
him in a large case and putting that case miles underground was going to do the trick.
Yeah, I don't understand the purpose of trying to preserve him. Realistically, if I'm Cecil, I'm having Sinclair dissect him several times over.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, one, they already had the Invincibles that came for the Invincible Rebellion,
Mm-hmm.
which whatever, like y'all kept those bodies. I'm assuming,
Yeah,
but
they turned them into. Didn't they turn those into
Reanimin.
the Reanimin?
Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure we've seen a scene of something of that aspect. But then what's the point of Conquest for? He's like, you're going to question him, bro? You're going to question a man whose name is Conquest?
Like, I'm not doing that. The man's name, his name's Conquest. I don't want any parts of that, brother. You
None.
saw what he did to the second strongest person you've ever seen in your life.
Ragdolled him.
Ragdolled him.
And then
And
what's crazier about that is that not only is like, all right, you kept him alive to question him, bro. When he escaped, you didn't even say nothing. I'm so surprised that Mark didn't have so much more smoke for Cecil when he got back from space.
yeah,
Because PTSD aside, me and Cecil's having words, and it ain't gonna be pleasant. Because it'll be like, yo, so Conquest not dead, right? I thought you burned him, dog. I thought you incinerated the body. You told me, right? Cool. Come here.
yeah. We'd have had, honestly, if I'm Mark, we having more than words. Because enough is enough. Like, you've lied to my face enough times now. The time for words is over. You got to catch one hand. I could kill you. So it ain't going to be hands.
Mm,
But you got to catch at least one hand. A backhand slap.
no teleport.
No teleport. Like, you got to you can't use the taxpayer dollars to get you out of this.
Mm-mm.
You got to get one backhand slap. If you want, let Oliver do it. Because, I mean, he's not as strong as Mark, but he's still pretty strong.
Yeah, head on Oliver, who had to learn how to fight for 3 months with his pops.
Right. You know. Oh, yeah, never mind. You don't want that smoke with Oliver. No, you don't want that
Oliver
either.
gonna run through you, bro.
He had that Brawley training on that planet with Nolan. Yeah,
Nah.
he a problem too. So, you know, I don't want any Viltrumite. You don't want any Viltrumite to slap you. But, like, Cecil, why do you continue to make these bad decisions? Well, like, I understand you are trying your best because you need to defend Earth.
Mhm.
But you need to get some help. Like, you are not the only person on Earth and in space. Like, you need to defend yourself from people from space. You're going to start needing people from space.
So, in my opinion, I think Cecil is a cross between Stan Edgar and like Amanda Waller. Whereas Amanda Waller is like, all right, I'm doing all of these things and all these deceitful things for the good of the people, but I may be a little bit out of control. You have the calculations and every so often underestimating things like Stan Edgar does from the boys.
Yeah.
Someone once even like posticized, I don't even know if that's the correct word for it, but they basically were saying, hey, what would happen if Stan Edgar and Cecil switched places? And I would be like, oh, yeah, Viltrumites would run the world if Stan Edgar was there,
Yeah.
bro.
Nolan would have succeeded.
Like, oh, yeah, Stan Edgar would be like, y'all got it, give me power. Y'all got it. It's cool.
Y'all got it. Yeah. And I think Homelander would have run differently.
Oh, 100%.
Homelander would have run differently. We haven't asked about it, but are you caught up with the boys? I'm not. I missed
how far are
last
you?
week's.
Okay, so you missed last week's.
Yeah.
I've seen I've seen that one. That one for me was the most recent one. So I think that's episode like what 5 or 6, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I've seen that one. I won't get too crazy into it, but just know it's getting hectic.
Good. Because, I understand, and we will get back to Invincible. I understand you have things like it's the final season. I need to get to it.
Yeah, wholeheartedly.
Like I need to get to it. But back to Invincible and Conquest. That scene after he died for real this time, when they were zooming in at the place Nolan buried him, and then it just zoomed out again, and like they faked us out like he was about to wake up. I got so angry, but then I laughed because I was like, I kind of love this energy. Like I was like, bro, I was pissed because I was like, don't tell me he not dead again. But when it just like it zoomed back out and then you just saw some wind blowing, I said, "Oh, they had jokes. They got jokes. Okay, I see
Yeah,
what we're doing here." That was nice. That was nice.
they Ferris Bueller us.
They
They hit us
did.
with Ferris Bueller.
They did. But I think I have been reading and talking about this. What is about if they follow the comics? What is about to happen on this next season of Invincible?
Mm.
And it's about to get rough for Marky Mark.
Oh, 100%. Like the moment he said he killed Conquest, and there was that head turn, I was like, oh, that's where they going with it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, there was a level of like shock, surprise. For one specific individual, it was intrigue,
Mm-hmm.
not that scary business.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's it's about to get real scary for Mark. I'm intrigued to see how this is going to play out.
Mm.
I wonder if Oliver's body's gonna grow back fully, or if he's gonna be like Conquest and he's gonna have to have robot arm and a robot jaw.
I think
Because
that's what I'm worried about too. Because I for the most part, I don't know if he regenerates the same way the rest of them do. Because he's not like 100% pure blooded yet. He's still pinkish.
yeah, and I'm like, one, you smacked that man's jaw off.
Mm.
That was part one to knowing that I don't really want to fight Thrag.
Mm.
Like I'm -5 strength when I see you slap my brother's jaw off and his arm. Like you hit him so hard that his jaw was removed and the arm that you were holding you're still holding it.
And the worst part about it is Mark tried to get some sort of retribution because he wasn't really like up to speed on like how bad Thrag was, and Thrag just kind of like weaved, caught him by the arm, and threw him like, "Oh, your brother's insignificant. He's not really one of us, bro.
Yeah, that
He's
part.
not really on gang."
And I'm just like, I even like that aspect of it because he's like, bro, you shouldn't be alive. Like Nolan was bugging when he made it with your mother, and you shouldn't be here. Like, and I kind of love that, and it was funny too because I did see that on the socials about just Viltrumites, and somebody made the comparison of Viltrumites to being like the Nazis of space.
Mm.
And then, a lot of people got upset. No, that's not true. I'm like, have you seen a Viltrumite? Like a pure-blooded 4 Viltrumite.
With the stash.
Like with the stat, they are 100% space Nazis.
100%, 1,000%.
100% space Nazis.
Where they're basically like, yo, he's good enough because he kind of looked like he could grow a mustache, so he might be full Viltrumite. Like he could pass. This pink mug, nah, the pink
Nah,
one,
it's not gonna
you
work.
don't fit. It's the brown paper bag test back in the day for black
Exactly.
people.
And Oliver didn't pass.
It-
Oliver didn't pass, and so he would not be welcome into the Viltrum Empire. But what do you think? Paul, not Paul. That's his name in a different movie.
Mm. You talking about the stepdad?
No, Seth Rogen's character.
Oh, Alan the Alien.
Alan the Alien. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I love how he always has simple names in like everything he's ever in. But what do you think Alan's going to do now that he knows that there is a more perfect version of the virus that killed, that decimated Viltrum?
So I think it's an interesting concept. I don't think that I don't think he has that dog in him to really be like, yeah, all Viltrumites need to die. I don't think he's as bad as Thetis,
Okay.
who was from the beginning. It's weird because Thrag and Nolan had a conversation about it very briefly, about like, hey, do you really trust, Thetis that isn't gonna like, turn on you guys or etc. Because Nolan's whole concept was, oh, I wanna barter for peace. Like, hey, you guys need to stop what you're doing, and we'll stop this assault. Everything will be cool. Like you bargaining with somebody you don't need to bargain with. But I think back to Alan is Alan. Alan seems like a general nice guy. He generally seems like he wants to do what's best for the overall galaxy and for the people. But I
Yeah.
think his friendship with Mark puts him above using the Scourge virus. I'm not as up to date on like the the comics if somebody knows otherwise, but I think very much so that it'll be something that I think is gonna cause a rift between them at some point.
Hmm.
Like Mark's gonna find out about it and probably tweak, and then, but I don't think Alan would ever really use it because it, from what they were saying in the prologue, what Thetis was talking about, it may have other consequences where it may take out like-minded individuals or like DNA'd individuals, which basically is humans.
Earth. Yeah.
So if you unleash the Scourge virus, it's basically, the supreme version of the Scourge, taking out everything. It could take out humans. It could take out the Viltrumites. It could take out a lot of people. So that's extremely scary.
It is. And I do agree with you. I don't think he's going to use it. I think he might struggle with it for a little bit, but ultimately decide, no, we're not going down this road. I'm not going to do this. There is a better way. There's a more diplomatic way to solve this problem. But I think, especially if once he learns that the Viltrumites have infiltrated Earth and they're living on Earth, just like repopulating, using humans to repopulate, I think that might, start to sway him in the other way. But in the end, he'll, find a different way, which is honestly diplomatic, because what do you do in that moment?
It's when you start weighing chips, basically. You start looking at it as, hey, we have this one singular soul planet where they're genetically similar to Viltrumites and can possibly rebirth the greatest threat and the greatest, most vicious empire in all of the galaxy. Like they ran, I think it was simply like 41 of them.
Yes.
Damn near took out majority of the home base of the coalition of planets.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's gonna get close. He's gonna get close to pushing the button.
And if you're being honest, I think if Thrag entered the fight in the beginning,
he's cooked.
there is no coalition of planets. There is no coalition of planets.
None.
Like, it's only because he sent them to do his job. Like, he sent them to do the job, and he was just chilling back, not getting involved. If he had gotten involved in the very beginning, this is a much, much shorter war.
100%. If you look at it, even when they fought, like when he fought, after they destroyed the whole entire, planet and everybody was bugging out about it, they really sat back there and he was like, all right, well, I choose death. I'm gonna kill all of y'all. And when he rushed Thetis, Nolan didn't react. Mark didn't react. Thetis simply twitched, and then by then it was like, oh yeah, your head is separated from your body. That's the skill gap and the level
Yes.
of power between Thrag and the rest of these guys. Like Thetis was said to be one of their, like, before he went and got all, like, kind and stuff, was one of their most ruthless and strongest Viltrumites before. So if you're telling me he's only a flinch faster than Nolan and Mark, and he still got decimated like that, it's raps. It's raps.
Yeah. So, this season was incredible. I thought at first, right, that episode where Mark was summoned to hell, I was kind of like, do we really have the time for this? Like,
I still didn't see a need for it, to be honest, but I was cool with it.
yeah, I'm like, this is cool, but do we really need, like, was this necessary? Do we, what are we gaining from this episode, like, that we can't, like, cool subplots, cool sub-story, but I need y'all to hurry up and bring this to the forefront of why you made this episode a thing. I still don't think that has happened yet. I'm intrigued to see where or why all of that plays in, because I need it to play in somewhere, because otherwise it was kind of a waste.
To be honest, what I think it is, I think it was just like one of those filler episodes that's like, whoa, 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 everything is way too serious right now. We need to have something that's gonna make you laugh, that's gonna make you smile. Because honestly, in that episode, I probably laughed more than I had in a lot of the other ones. Like,
Yeah.
especially when, like, at the end, when he was just like, oh yeah, I'm not kneeling to the devil, bro. Like, I'm not doing it. So it's like one of those things. I think they were just like, yeah, we need to give you guys something to kind of lighten the mood, because it's gonna get real dark.
Yeah, I get that, especially given the episodes that followed. that makes more sense. You know, that they just was like, you know what, take this filler, let's lighten the tone, change the mood, and then let's get right back into it. So that works. So, question for you: out of no, before we get to what you rate the season as a whole, let's get into some speculation because I've seen on the interwebs that Viltrumites, if they got into a fight with the Saiyans, that the Viltrumites are washing the Saiyans. And I need to know, you as a fan of both shows, do you agree that if Viltrumites fought Saiyans, that the Viltrumites are coming out on top?
So I say this with respect to Viltrum, to Argyle, and Grand Regent Thrag.
Yeah.
They'll be lucky if they can rock with Krillin. Okay. And I mean this wholeheartedly because I know Dragon Ball Z is a lot of plot twist and like what I like to affectionately refer to as ass pulls for people get with their plot armor. But you got to think of the Saiyans at minimal just in the Frieza saga are planetary destroyers. Like Vegeta could destroy a planet.
Yeah.
By then. And this is before people started going Super Saiyan and getting the blonde hair. Krillin at this point in like Dragon Ball Super, I don't know if you keep up with it, is at the same level as Goku was like Super Saiyan back in the Frieza saga. So yeah, no, Krillin and possibly Yamcha is doing light work with Viltrumites. Viltrumites getting punched by a dude made of stone, you flinch. A robot had a Viltrumite, backed up, the Reanimin. You're not doing it, nah. It's definitely Dragon Ball Z by high diff.
Oh, I agree because sure there might be, like I don't think Viltrum wins with the remaining Saiyans. Like not even saying, like the planet, I'm not even talking about if like before the planet has blown up, before 99% of them were, wiped off the like face of the galaxy. I'm talking about the remaining Saiyans. That is Goku, that is Vegeta, that is Trunks, Goten, Pan.
I think I'm cool with Pan or Pan. I'm cool with it. I hear
you. Them alone. Hell, they're not stopping Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta. The three of them. Goku and Vegeta is all you really need in life. And Viltrums are going to have a bad year. Not even just a bad day. A bad year. Because you're going to have Goku who's going to find a new form in this fight. You're going to think like he's going to start off for whatever reason. Goku's got to build up his strength. He doesn't just come at you with his everything that he has from the beginning. He's going to start normal. Then he's going to go Super Saiyan. Then he's going to skip to like Super Saiyan 3. Then he's going to, start going up to Super Saiyan Blue and so on and so forth. He's going to find a new version. There's going to be a new Saiyan form because of course there is. And then because Vegeta refuses to be outdone by Goku, Vegeta's going to get that form like shortly after.
100%.
And because Gohan has always just been this sleeper cell of Saiyan strength and resolve, he's going to get a completely different form that no other Saiyan should ever have in life. And then it's over for everybody.
Yeah. And then if you think about it, so for example, Saiyans shoot energy beams. Like y'all can't take old buddy with the gun, Space Racer's gun. Goku, Vegeta, and possibly Gohan and the rest of those guys, they deal with energy beams all the time. That shot that destroyed the planet, that cool little one shot, that's a real quick energy ball from one of them. It don't even have to be a lot of concentration. So, and they learn on, deflecting energy and using energy to that thing. So if they can stop the one gun that rips through every Viltrumite, what you think they're going to do? I could see it being very, very ugly. And I know, like, you know how Vegeta get down. It's gonna get real disrespectful.
Yes, because that man is not made to. The only person he respects is Goku
And Bulma, because he let him
and
cheeks.
Bulma, because he loved those two things. He loved like that man respects his wife, and that man respect Goku. Because what was the one I just watched for the first time? Battle of the Gods, first one where Goku first got he first went Super Saiyan God,
Mhm.
and what's that guy's? Dang, I'm so bad with names.
Beerus.
Beerus, yeah, Beerus. When he hit Bulma and Vegeta turned up, I said, if that ain't the definition of love, I don't know what is. Like, you had that man going crazy because you can't touch. Should know, like he said, he knew who he was playing nice, knew that at any given point he could destroy the earth, but he did not care because you put your hands on my wife, and that's a problem.
100%. Yeah. No, he's like, you can destroy our galaxy, but my wife though, we not doing that.
You
And
can't
then I
touch
don't
her.
know if you've seen the newest movie, not the movie rather, the Dragon Ball Daima and stuff. I won't give too much away, but basically there's a scene where he's over there like in a fight, and you know how Saiyans feel about fighting.
Yeah.
And basically, Bulma tells him, like, if you don't stop fighting and come down here now, I'm not taking no more baths with you. And the man said, you know what? It's time for me to go. Gotta respect it. It's time for me to stop fighting. My lady said stop fighting. I'm gonna go chill.
See, that's and I've always thought that was funny because you think Vegeta when you think Vegeta, you just think this really hard, cold, uncaring human being,
Mm,
only to find out that Bulma was the one
mm.
to get that man. One, she got that man in. She got that man dripped out
With the
because
picture.
yeah, when he not ready to fight in his fighting gear and his Saiyan attire, she got that man dripped out, and then just everything, just the man just a mush when it comes to Bulma, like, and that's just a testament to why, again, we both agree that the Saiyans are going to wash. It would be the reverse. The Viltrumites are not washing Saiyans.
100%. I don't
It's
know
it's
who
going to be the
decided that.
reverse.
Whoever decided to bring that up should be chastised. But yeah, no, that's
Well,
they.
there's always there's always when a new power comes out in like a new show or a new something. There's always
Comparison.
that competition,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always I don't know why, or I know why because they're the goats, but the Saiyans are always the bar. Like it's always, do you think they can beat Goku?
That's the age-old question. But can he
Yeah,
beat Goku though?
but can he beat
But
Goku
can he
though?
beat Goku though? Because if he can't run pause with Goku in them, I don't know. How
Then
bad is he?
how bad? Yeah, you know. Um, but yeah, so I have one final question for you about Invincible. What do you give this final season out of 10?
I will give it a 9.3. A solid 9.3. I know that we decimals is being cheeky. I would normally give it a much higher, like 9.9, 9.5. I
Mm-hmm.
think there were subtle moments where the animation was a little bit lazy, and I think you can kind of see it. I think the voiceover acting is amazing, and the talent and the storytelling is fantastic, and that's where a lot of the budget goes because they get these high profile actors
Yeah.
that do the voices, and even like some of them where they have to get different people. Like Mahershala Ali didn't even do what's his name? Not Stamson, the Stone one. I see now. See now it's contagious. I didn't forgot a name. Uh, what's his name? I think is not Golem. It's something like Stone something. But
What?
basically, Mahershala Ali used to do his voice, and he doesn't do that one anymore. Sandra Oh, who I think we had talked about this via text,
Yes.
uh, she did a fantastic job in the voice acting, and that's what I think really carries a lot of the story and the emotion in the voice acting. When you feel it,
Yeah.
because Stephen Yeun will say things like as Mark, where he says cold bars whenever he's fighting Conquest. He's like, listen, the first time they fought, he said, I can see the future. You don't live to see tomorrow, brother. Or in this instance, though, when he fought Conquest, he says, you are never breathing again.
Like, I'm sorry. So you can't say that. I mean, you can, because who's going to stop you? Really? But
yeah,
wow,
no, I definitely think that that the story that it was really
Titan
captivating.
is his name.
Titan, there we go. Thank God. So yes, Titan. Titan was voiced by Mahershala Ali for the first, I think, like 2 seasons, and now someone else does the voice. But they have like voice over acting legends like Phil Lamar, who used to play the Green Lantern, Static Shock rather. He does the voice of one of the characters in the show, and I forget what his name is. Oh, he does Lucan, one
Yeah.
of the Viltrumites. So he's the voice of Lucan. They have so many different real life, real good actors that do these voices that are there. We have what's his name from Walking Dead that did Conquest's voice. I always forget his name. He's a fantastic actor. He played the guy with the spike bat from Walking Dead.
Oh, I
Negan.
know Negan. Yeah.
Yes.
Um. Oh, why can't I think
This is
Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Thank
Jeffrey
We
Dean
just gonna have
Morgan.
to name this episode forgotten names or something.
Like, what's their
What's his
name?
name? You feel me?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
What's his?
no. They definitely had a lot of really good voice actors in there, and the storytelling is just fantastic. To sum it up, 9.3 is the best I can do for some of those instances where I'm just like, they didn't really take their time to draw this, but the story's so good, I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah, and I would agree with you, but I give them some leniency
Mm,
because one season, as yes, the animation did kind of dip a little bit, but I applaud them. You kind of have to, it's a give and take, because if you want this to come out every year, it's going to fall somewhere.
yeah,
And
I agree.
if the animation suffers a little bit, but overall the story is still great, and if you still have those moments like Mark punching Thrag in the forehead and he just taking that, and then that split second scene, as long as you still have those moments in it, I don't care. I
100%.
will take a quick dip um in quality, but I would honestly, I think I'd have to go 9.7.
I'm cool with that.
And I probably would have given it a perfect 10, but again, that filler episode where Mark went to hell, it's kind of like, what was the reason? And
Okay.
I only, took some points off for that episode because why am I here? Like, because they don't drop all of the episodes at once. It's like I had to wait a week for this episode. And I gotta wait a week, and this is the episode you give me?
Mm,
And now I gotta wait another week to get another episode? I
mm.
don't like that.
The placement of it was good though, because at least they did it more so in the middle, as opposed to like those some of those they have like right before the finale,
Yeah.
they have to give you one of those like kind of like, all right, we need to bring things down a little bit to take it up to 10 the next week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, yeah, I'd give it a 9.7. 9.7.
Okay, I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this season. This show, period, just overall had me from the very first episode. The last 5 minutes of the first episode sold me on the show.
So, do you think it's one of I've been hearing a lot of things from like family members and other people who are very big into like cartoons as well. Do you think it's reached top 10 status in like, American cartoons all time?
All time, I think it's getting there.
Mm,
Uh, I don't know that I'd put it top 10 yet, but I definitely think that it is getting, like, it's climbing fast.
mm,
Like, because we've only gotten season 4. I want to wait until at least, because I think they said they want to do like 7 or 8 seasons in total.
mm.
let's see what the next two do, and then I could revisit best like top 10 all time cartoon shows.
Ironically, I think it's there for me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then I had some like some core favorites. You know, we have our Avatar: Last Airbenders, which that movie leak. I don't know if you partake, but you know.
I ain't gonna hold you. I missed it because I thought it was fake. I saw I, I saw the leak. I thought it was fake, so I didn't click it, only to find out that it was real. And when I went back to find it, it was gone.
I only seen I think what a 5 minute clip of it, the first 5 minutes somehow, and then like I think something happened where it got deleted mid watch, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, this is it's gonna be one of those things we're definitely gonna come back on here and talk about at some point. Let's put it that way when it gets that full release.
I'll see. Then I'm looking forward to that because that is definitely without a doubt one of the greatest animated shows ever.
100%. It
Because
created its own thing, it created its own concept of you know what a show is supposed to have and how you're supposed to like do character development. Zuko is up there with Zuko's character development is up there with the likes of Vegeta, like Sasuke. Like this is great levels of character development.
absolutely, 100% without question. I was when the finale dropped, the series finale dropped. I was on. I was out of the country. I went on like I went and like I was a part of this ambassadorship program
Mhm.
that like takes like it took kids out of the country for like 20 days and just like went and saw like different monuments. I went to like France, Italy, and Malta in like the 20 days. So I was out, but I called home, and I can say this now because the statute of limitations has definitely passed. Because while I was out the country, I was only supposed to call my parents or my sister.
Hmm.
But that list got extended because I would call my parents, I would call my sister, but I would also call Will.
Okay.
So I called him and he was like, "Bro, that episode was insane." I said, "Don't tell me no more. Like, just I'm gonna hang up because you are very clearly excited about it, but I don't want to hear anything about this episode until I get back home to watch it myself."
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I came home from college to watch that episode, and I was like, yeah, this feels different.
Yeah, and I was like, once I got home, it was honestly because at that time, like that in that same time frame, um, the series finale of Avatar: Last Airbender dropped, and the Death of Superman, the cartoon movie, dropped around like within like a week of each other. So like the day we came home, like the day I came home, I said, "Okay, I need two things." My parents were like, "What?" I said, "I need a burger and I need to go home to the DVR. Like I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody today. I just wanted to go home." And sure enough, they went and they got me my burger. And I came home and I went upstairs to my room and I watched both the Avatar, the Last Airbender, the series finale, and the Death of Superman. And I was just blown away with the Last Airbender. And I even got annoyed. So I'm glad that there's a movie because I got annoyed that Aang. We always knew when Aang hit the Avatar state, he was a problem with any bending. Period.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I need him to have more control of that just outside of the Avatar state. But just watching that man go to work on Fire Lord Ozai during that the comet, Sozin's comet, I was like, bro, this is what I've been waiting for. And then for him to just, have a ring of rocks, a ring of water, and a ring of fire, like just
All in the air bubble.
on an air bubble. Like what are we watching here?
Yeah, one would say he got thragged.
He did. He did indeed get thragged. That could apply to so much. Honestly, I just rewatched Infinity War and the Hulk got thragged in the beginning.
Oh yeah, that's a thrag moment. Yeah, I agree.
That he got thragged in the beginning.
Mm.
I still get upset just thinking about that as a Hulk fan.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I know we talked about this last time I was on when we talked about the Avengers. Man, we were in the theater and we had a little bit I'm assuming the statute of limitations is also gone on this since we, dry snitching today on ourselves.
Right.
I had some liquor with me
Right.
and my cousin had it and we watched the scene and was like, "Oh, I gotta take a shot after this." Because that's
Yes.
crazy.
Like
'Cause
ridiculous.
it was monumental. It was monumental. I'll never forget that butt whooping for my whole life. I'm not gonna lie.
No, and I'm like, bro, like as a fan, like I got so many text messages. It was funny. Like after people who saw that movie, they were just like, "Yo, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like I'm me not even putting two and two together in the moment. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. What happened?" It was like the Hulk and that whooping that he got from Thanos, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah," but he had a bad day. Like he got whooped so bad that he refused to fight for the rest of the movie.
The series, damn near until Bruce, got the Smart Hulk on. That's the
Yeah,
last. Until then, we didn't see that boy nowhere.
no
They said,
more.
"Yo, come out." He said, "No."
He said, "Nope."
Sounded like Caesar and what's we call it?
Planet of the
Planet of the
Apes.
Apes.
Yeah, I'm like, and you know
No.
what? Respect, because honestly, if you whoop my behind like that, I don't want to fight no more either.
-5 strength.
Because like he took that man apart, dissected him, and then ended it by body slamming him. Now I'm good. I'm done.
Straight. That's Banner's problem. That's not my problem.
Yeah,
I'm chilling. I wanted to be with Valkyrie and them. You feel me?
yeah,
I don't want no parts of this. Y'all gotta be out here fighting. That's crazy.
yeah. Like you know what, y'all handle that. But now that we are in the Marvel universe,
Mm.
because I don't know yet if 97 is considered in the MCU yet. I don't know how that works out.
Time travel variants. I don't know.
I
It's a
don't know.
cartoon. It's a cartoon variant of the world, I guess.
I guess, yeah, Well, I mean that does work because we do know there is a cartoon universe because Doctor Strange went through it when
Mhm.
he was multiverse traveling with America
Forever.
Chavez.
America Chavez, yeah. I said
Yeah.
America forever. I'm wilding.
But X-Men 97,
Mm.
the long-awaited return for season 2 is on the way soon.
Mm.
And I wanted to know and get your predictions as to how do you think this season is going to go. One, given that what's that the guy, the showrunner's name who
I
got
know
the
exactly
boot
what
from
you're
the
talking about.
show?
I think it was something with Kevin something. Um, nah, I know exactly who you're talking about. It's like it's DE something. It's like DePaul or something like that.
Yeah, hold on.
What's it? There's another what's his name moment.
Yeah, it's another what's his name moment.
We gotta plug in the Jeopardy noise to have the while we're figuring it out.
X-Men. Bo DeMaio.
DeMaio.
Yeah.
I knew it was a DE something there. Yeah, Bo
Yeah,
DeMaio.
Bo DeMaio. With him no longer being a part or with the company at all, and with all of the changes that they made to season 2
Mm.
after he left, because he said, according to him, season 2 was pretty much wrapped up
Mm.
and done with by the time season 1 aired. But there have been a lot of reshoots and changes made since his departure,
Hmm.
from what I've seen. And one, it makes you wonder if he was telling the truth that season 2 was pretty much wrapped up, or if he just like, and they're just like, you know what, we're not going to go in that direction. We're going to just fresh start this whole thing with everybody for a season 2, because season 1 came out, what, in like, I want to say like 2023, 2024? Somewhere around there.
I would probably say I think 2023 was 2023, 2024, around that time. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And we're in 2026 with
Damn.
no season 2 in sight. Well, now we're starting to get, pictures of what people look like, and everybody just looks different.
Mm.
I'm going to be honest. I, like you, I need to go rewatch season 1 because I don't remember much.
Mm,
My memory, one, is not that great already,
mm.
and two, I watch a lot of content, so it's very difficult to, unless I need it for this podcast or just, for a conversation, I don't really retain much anymore unless it's cool or I need to retain it. I watch it, and then honestly, it's got maybe 3 weeks, and then I've forgotten all about it.
Well, my inner rebel knows that you definitely remember Genosha because we talked about Genosha.
Yes, that sticks with that stuff like that. That sticks with you.
100%. I
That's
still feel some type of way.
like that still is honestly one of the greatest episodes I've ever seen in television. Like
I've
all
never
of
been more
television.
I've never been more emotionally invested into a cartoon in my life.
No.
In that one episode, in that one moment, like I felt it had the essence of real life tragedies that I've seen. Like watching those things play out, like I really, was like, damn, that happened. I think as a matter of fact, we talked several times about that, and I was like, "Are
Yeah.
you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not all right."
Yeah, I'm
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 not all
not.
right.
Like I'm still not, because what are you, like, a whole island's worth of people just gone.
Mm.
And
So, go ahead, good.
no, I was just gonna say, and not like now they have time traveled. They've been thrown throughout time,
Mm.
and some people have landed in Egypt.
Hmm.
I do
Hmm.
remember that some people have landed in Egypt. We know that
Yep.
Apocalypse is going to be making his triumphant return to the series. Um, and we all know that Apocalypse was, and will always be a problem,
The biggest.
the biggest problem. But I'm intrigued to know what do you think is going to happen? What are you expecting? What are you hoping for, at least?
All right. Well, to know where we're going, you got to know where we've been. So the storylines they've already did in X-Men 97. They did the trial of Magneto. They did the case the Genosha tragedy.
Yeah.
Um, they did Bastion and those like Super Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also brought in Madeline Pryor and the whole Cable story. So, with that being said, I think what they're gonna go into next is obviously it's that time. It's the age of apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think that was a big one of the crazy story points and always a lovely variation that they've always kind of like flirted with in the
Mm-hmm.
comics. And they really get a lot of different viewpoints. We see a lot of different versions of like Wolverine, Gambit, X-Men. I know they've done it before uh in the previous X-Men show. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna do something a little bit different, and they're maybe gonna get a little more in depth into how the Age of Apocalypse began. I think they're gonna do a lot of time travel stuff. So I think we definitely gonna see a little bit of Bishop, a little bit of Cable. It's gonna be some of that. I think something that they teased, and this is just me hypothesizing from being a fan. I don't know if you've ever played X-Men versus Street Fighter, but
Yes.
I think they're gonna tease one of my favorite video game bosses. I think Onslaught's gonna make an appearance because that's one of the things they've never done. With Charles at the end of the series, remember Charles had gone into Magneto's mind to try
Mm-hmm.
and put things back together,
Yeah.
and I think there's gonna be a little something that was there, maybe that was left. So I think Onslaught will be a crazy, crazy thing in which to bring out in conjunction with Apocalypse. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I have honestly, I have no expectations.
Mm,
Not no expectations. I have no uh hypotheses on what to expect for this season. I am honestly just intrigued to see if it will live up to the standards of the first season.
mm,
I am very much looking forward to it. I have very high expectations for it, because X-Men 97 was such a refresh when it came to, just the quality of good cartoon content. We've been getting a lot of slop lately, and not too much in the way of good. And X-Men 97, which is really refreshing because it gave us a nostalgic feel, but it was very much a new show
Mm.
in its own right. So I just hope that they keep the nostalgia feel. I hope that they don't, if they do the time traveling, like you suggested, I do hope that they don't make it convoluted and complicated.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I hope they just keep it simple. I hope, they don't try to do too much in one season. Because again, if it's only going to be 10 episodes, you've got to be very concise in the story that you tell,
Mhm.
especially with a 30-minute show. Like, you have less time than if it was an hour to tell like a very concise story from beginning to end. So I think that, I hope that they don't try to do too much in this season. I'd be, again, we're getting Apocalypse, so you have me. Because one, as a villain lover and just a general fan of Apocalypse, yes, please.
A
I
young
would never.
Apocalypse at that.
Hmm?
A young Apocalypse at that.
Right.
We see him on the N Savanur style.
Yeah. So, I'm very excited for, all of the possibilities with Apocalypse. I hope it's done well. Let me look up who's voicing Apocalypse to see if even that's okay for me, the voice.
I'm not sure. I think he did have a not menacing, but he did have a very powerful voice in the quick clip that we saw towards the end of it. So I think that is something that's there. I agree with you on the time travel though. I think the problem with time travel is it's very lazy where when you have ultimate creative freedom, I think a lot of people don't know how to kind of tie that together to make a fine-tuned story. I'd like to hope that whoever was involved with like Loki and the TVA
Mm-hmm.
has something to do with, X-Men 97. So if they
Yeah.
are going to like an MCU link up, then maybe that can work there. But if not, have someone who knows how to do continuity like the TVA did, because that was something where you do have all this creative freedom, you do have all these options, you have all these areas in which you can go, but it still kind of stays within the, all right, this is the frame of the story and this is how we're going to move, and it's not something that you get lost in.
I agree, 100%. And the voice actor for Apocalypse is Ross Marquand. He voices Professor X in the series. The
Oh,
same guy who does Professor X is also doing Apocalypse.
oh, that could
So
mean something.
yeah, that can mean something. So I am, and I always think, just thinking back now, as we're talking about it, more is coming back to my mind. Everybody really thought that man was dead, but Charles was just chilling on another planet with the love of his life. Like, he was just living his best life on a whole different planet, and was like, "Nah, everybody's fine. They're good. They don't need me.
Having
They're
psychic flashbacks.
yeah, like, just they're good. They think I'm dead. They all have their trauma. They're working through it. It's fine. They have each other. It's my turn now.
Hmm. Hmm. I gotta put me first,
I got to
Lucius.
put me first and live my life. But yeah, I'm really excited for X-Men 97. I think it's a great show. I think it's going to be incredible if they do it right, like you just said. If they keep it framework simple, streamlined, don't try to do too much. I think we'll be in a good place.
Any villains you're hoping to see?
Uh, I'd love to see Omega Red.
Okay.
I'd love to see, Omega Red. I'd love to see more of Sabretooth.
Okay.
Um, those two pretty much are like, and I'd love to see, I want to, and just because, I love a good animatium fight, I need Lady Deathstrike versus Wolverine.
So you're bringing back Lady Deathstrike. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I need Lady Deathstrike versus Wolverine. In her original costume. Don't get fancy.
Is that the one with the little like the brown thing?
Yeah.
Okay, because I always thought that was cool. I didn't know what that was, but I always thought that was cool.
Yeah. Like, don't get fancy on me. I don't need all that.
Stick to the originals.
Stick to the
You can't go
original.
wrong with the originals because it just look fire.
It does. And I'm glad that, the live action movies are starting to get that. That, you don't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to these characters. We love these characters for who they are and how they look in the comics and in the cartoons. I don't need them to look different because it looks cool.
Mm.
And like, I don't need a modernized version of this. Bro, no. These suits look ridiculous. I still love it though. Like it's great. The fact that even in Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, and that's coming up. Seeing Scott Summers in the OG blue and yellow, that's gonna hit like crack in the 90s.
And it gets you right in the feels.
Yes. That's gonna hit like crack in the 90s. And I need it. I need it all in my veins, please. I need it in my veins. So, X-Men 97, when does that come out? Does that come out in the year of our Lord 2026?
That is a good question. I should look that up myself. I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. It's funny because everybody's been bringing it up, and I don't know. Did they have a season? I didn't see any teaser trailers, but I did see like an image of season 2 that where they have like Polaris is in there in the group.
Yeah.
And I think they brought out like X Factor is gonna be making some sort of an appearance.
Correct. They didn't, like, we haven't gotten a trailer or anything yet.
Yeah.
They've just released images of what everyone is going to look like in the second season. And from what we're seeing, it just says summer 2026.
Okay. So this summer.
So
we getting it soon.
Yes.
All right. So this is, I know it was a lot sooner than I thought it was. Summer 26. All right, cool. It's gonna be interesting. I definitely do want to see some different villains. I think what would be cool too is seeing like one of the X-Men be a villain. Like, what if they make like Dark Beast come out or something? You know what I mean?
That'd be awesome.
That would be something that I think would be real cool too. Like, give me some time travel where Apocalypse got his hands on Beast and Beast went Dark Beast and started doing some diabolical things. Because in the comics, Dark Beast get his hands dirty, and I'm a fan of it.
Oh yeah, see, I like that. I'm looking forward. Things like that are definitely a need in this season. Spice it up.
Go wild. Give me something different.
Yeah.
If you would have told me, 5 years ago before I seen the X-Men 97, they were gonna bring back the X-Men, cartoon that they had from the 90s and really like ramp it up, I would have never imagined some of the storylines that they did do.
Yeah.
And successfully that they brought it out. So I'm curious to see. I think one of the things that made the show great though was its relatability and the fact that I've always, me personally, because the general Malcolm X and Martin Luther King with Magneto and Professor X has always been there. So it's always been something very relatable to me as a black man, the origins of those stories. But I mentioned it before last time, is the X-Men 97 does a really good job of making you feel like, okay, these are people in different struggles in different areas. You have, okay, this feels like, okay, right now it feels like a black show. Okay, it feels like now the show feels like, telling you're a mutant is almost like you're coming out for like the LGBT community. Then you have like other communities that were also representative, like where they have like mutants are treated like immigrants or they're treated, disfavorably. And it's really kind of like a broadening horizon of other people who maybe don't come from those communities to kind of see like, well, these are the characters you idolize and that you look up to. This is how you can see the humanity and all the things that they do and what's going on in the world too. So I think that if that remains a big part of the story and how they connect to people, I think it'll be great.
Absolutely. Because like you said, it is always the racial factor of it. It's always great when you feel like a connection to a show like that, because again, like you said, all of that you mentioned is currently happening. So it's like, oh yeah, I see myself in like these animated characters and the plethora of visibility in these characters and like the plethora of minority groups and groups and religions, racist people, the whole gambit is well represented in this show. No pun intended.
Yeah.
No pun intended. R.I.P. to a real one. Anyway,
Remy LeBeau.
He went out like a G. And You will never, you will never find another like him. Honestly, yes, you will, because I really enjoyed Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Oh
And
man,
him not dying at the end of Deadpool and Wolverine was a great is a great scene. I wish they kept it in the movie and not made it a deleted scene, but I'm not mad at that. As long as we get to see him again, I'm cool.
hey, we're gonna make a name for ourselves today.
I used to quote that.
I still do. You can't play Marvel Rivals with me and not get me to give some random uh Gambit quotes or random Deadpool quotes from different things. Uh like even in the game, like I don't know if you dabble. Have you played the Marvel Rivals game
No,
that's
I
out?
haven't.
So basically, long story short, it's basically two Dooms have decided they're at war, and because
Mm,
of it, every reality is like in on itself. So
okay.
you get every reality and every versions of the same characters. So like basically, like their costume changes can
Okay.
be different people. So we have like the regular Invisible Woman, and then you have the Invisible One with the all black. I forget what her name is called, but you basically got all their different variants. And then like when Rogue is in, so Rogue is in there and Gambit is in there now. And then if
Hmm.
Rogue and Gambit are playing on the same team and Gambit dies, she goes, Gambit, I can't, Rambi, I can't feel you.
Oh, that's dope.
And it's PTSD, man. It's crazy. There's so many different it's a great game to play. I don't know if you dabble in the PlayStation or the PC, but definitely it's free. I know it's free promo for them technically, but whatever. But it's definitely a fun game to play, and there's so many different reminders of like cool comic book characters that are in Marvel. So
Oh,
I
that's dope.
definitely rock
I actually might have to check that out because I've been looking for another game that I want to start and hopefully maybe finish this time because I can't even hold you, bro. I've got like 3 or 4 games currently that are sitting unfinished because I don't have the mental bandwidth for.
Mm,
Um, and I've just been playing looter shooter, the Division 2. Just been playing
okay.
that, like just been grinding that because they've made some changes and I like the changes, so I've been playing that a lot more. I am looking forward to the Assassin's Creed Resynced, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced because is my favorite Assassin's Creed game ever.
Okay.
I
I was
like
like that.
that that initial game. I synced a lot of time into that game.
He was an
So
animist.
yeah, I synced a lot of time into that game, so I'm looking forward to it. But as clearly as you can see, we have gone off on a wild tangent, which means we are pretty much finished. Evans, my brother, thank you so much for
I,
doing this. I always look forward to having you on the pod. I always
hey,
look
you know
forward
what?
to
I was
talking to
gonna
you
say,
about the pod. My bad.
now you straight. Go ahead, you host it.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I always look forward to having you on the pod. I always look forward to your comments about the pod. I'm like, oh,
Having
I'm like, it's one of those. I get a text from Evans. I'm like, am I in trouble or did I do something good?
No, honestly, I enjoy watching it. I haven't been texting as much of late because my new job and everything taking a lot of my time, but I do enjoy watching the pod. I enjoy y'all commentary. I know you've had a couple of different people on. I know you had your cousin on for a couple episodes. You had Will
Yeah,
back on. A lot of stuff has happened and a lot of stuff that you guys talk about. It's good to hear because it's my way to nerd out.
right.
I have my own contemporary, community where we do this stuff. We actually did this recently, but it is really good to hear your opinion on stuff because I value your comedic opinion, not just comedic, comic opinion and comedic opinion on a lot of different things. So thank you for having me, brother. I
Of
appreciate you.
course, and like always, we are going to do this again. Um, I might even, like I said, the next one, I definitely have to make sure that Will is available so that we can do this together. Maybe after what's the next Marvel movie? Spider Man
So yes, Spider-Man, then Doom, and then it's the
and
Doom,
then
right?
Doomsday. Yeah.
Big stuff.
So I might have you. Yeah, we gonna talk. We gonna talk. We gonna have you back sooner rather than later.
Hey, listen, I'm always ready to make myself available for y'all, bro. Another thing that I was gonna quickly say, I know you've been looking for another game when that Wolverine game comes out.
Oh, I'm copping.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Oh,
be.
for
It's
sure.
that's a
For
must cop.
sure.
It's a must
For
cop.
sure.
I
I'm
told myself I
copping.
was like, damn it, I might even stream it like I was doing before. I might have to get into that, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. But thank you again, my brother. And until the next one, y'all, we out. All right. Stop record.